All right, let's talk about that magic box in your kitchen. You know the one. You pop some leftovers in there, hit a button, and 60 seconds later, lunch is served. But have you ever actually stopped to wonder what is going on in there? Well, today we're going to demystify the incredible science of the microwave oven.
I mean, really think about it for a second. Cold food goes in, you push a button, and a minute later it is steaming hot. But there's no fire, there's no glowing red heating element like you'd see in a toaster oven. So what in the world is happening inside that box? How does it just create heat out of seemingly nothing?
To really understand the magic, we have to start with the invisible force that's at the heart of it all. It's an energy that fills the entire oven, but you can't see it, you can't hear it, and you can't smell it. It all starts with something called, well, microwaves.
Now don't let the name spook you. Microwaves are just a type of energy wave. They're actually part of the exact same family as the radio waves that bring music to your car. And they're perfectly safe because the oven's metal box is specifically designed to act like a cage and keep all of that energy contained right inside.
Think about it like this. When you stand in the sun, you can feel its warmth on your skin, right? That's energy traveling through space. A microwave oven does something kind of similar, but instead of just warming you up, it directs that energy in a super specific and clever way to warm your food up from the inside out.
So we know the oven is filled with these invisible energy waves. But where do they come from? And more importantly, how do they actually cook your food so fast? Now we get to lift the hood and see the real science behind all that speed. Okay, so meet the hero of our story, the magnetron. This thing is basically the engine of the whole machine. It takes the regular old electricity from your wall outlet and, through some seriously clever engineering, it transforms it into that high-powered microwave energy we were just talking about.
A really great way to picture it is to think of a tiny but super powerful radio station. But instead of broadcasting your favorite songs, the magnetron is broadcasting microwave energy directly into your oven. This is the crucial first step.
So the magnetron kicks things off by creating the microwaves. But here's the really brilliant part. These waves are perfectly tuned to mess with one molecule in particular, water. You see, water molecules are polar, meaning they have a little positive end and a negative end. So when those microwaves fly by, the water molecules try desperately to line up with the wave's electric field. This makes them vibrate back and forth billions of times a second. It is this incredible friction, this molecular dance party, that generates all the heat. It's kind of like if you could take a bottle of water and just shake it unbelievably fast. All that movement and agitation would create warmth. The heat isn't coming from the outside in, like in a regular oven. The microwave is actually making the food heat itself up by agitating its own water. And that is the secret to its amazing speed. Okay, so now that we actually understand the science, we've got what we need to tackle some of the biggest myths and questions that are always floating around about microwaves. It's time to separate the fact from the fiction. Let's start with a classic kitchen mystery. Why does your food get scorching hot while the plate it's on stays pretty cool? Well, it goes right back to that key ingredient, water. Your food is packed with water molecules for the microwaves to excite. Your ceramic plate, on the other hand, has almost none, so the waves just pass right through it. The plate only gets hot where the hot food is physically touching it. And now for the big one, probably the biggest myth of them all. There's this lingering fear that microwaving your food somehow zaps it with radiation and leaves it dangerous to eat. So let's clear this up once and for all. The answer is an emphatic, absolute no. Microwaving food does not make it radioactive. It cannot make it radioactive. They're two completely different types of energy and processes, not even close. Think of it just like a light bulb. When you flip the switch off, the light is just gone, right? It doesn't linger in the room. Microwaves work the exact same way. The second the timer dings and the oven stops humming, the microwave energy is gone, vanished. It does not stay in the food. Nothing dangerous is left behind. So your microwave is a safe and really powerful tool. And just like any tool, knowing a few simple rules will help you get the best and, of course, the safest results. Let's just run through the essentials real quick. First, and this is the big one, never ever put metal inside. It reflects the microwaves and that can cause sparks and even damage the oven. Second, always use containers that are specifically labeled microwave safe. Some plastics can melt or leach chemicals. Third, try not to run it empty. The magnetron needs something in there to absorb all that energy it's creating. And finally, do yourself a favor and cover your food.
It prevents those messy splatters and helps everything steam a little more evenly.
So as we start to wrap up, it's really worth remembering this. That simple box on your counter isn't just for reheating coffee. It is a remarkable piece of applied physics, just sitting there, using invisible energy waves to make our busy lives just a little bit easier. So the next time you hear that familiar hum coming from your kitchen, you'll know exactly what's going on. You'll know it's the magnetron creating waves and trillions of tiny water molecules doing a frantic dance to create heat. You now understand the science behind that minute-long magic.